in just a second. Here well, if you want to test that they work now, and Aled. Is that coming through for everybody? Wasn't coming through for me. Should we have one more check? Sorry, Darry. Oh, thank you, Mike. Perfect. Okay, did anyone else have problems or was it just me? Usually the way. Everyone okay with the simultaneous translation? Fantastic. We do very warmly welcome you this afternoon and do encourage you to use whichever language you would prefer to use, English or Welsh, today. So, it's beautiful here today. Start off with a little bit of the housekeeping. You'll have on the table in front of you a QR code to the Mentimeter. This is to provide some feedback to the organising team behind today. So if you could just pop it on your phone at your convenience and just let them know how you heard about the event, and at the end, some additional questions about how did it go, how can we get better in future. So I'm Jo Goodwin. I'm Head of User-Centred Design. And I think that just shows how committed we are to include and open up this conversation to as many people as possible. Such an important topic. It wasn't always an essential part or embedded across our organisations like it is today. I think a lot of that is down to that evolution of the minimum digital living standard here in Wales. Am I echoing? Am I okay? The capability of our teams and the skill body. I'm sure everybody in this room online hits a black spot in terms of where you are in terms of connectivity, whether it's the skills based or whether there are just some additional barriers in your way when trying to access a service or a product. When we talk about digital inclusion, we automatically exclude lots and lots of people. So when we're thinking about digital inclusion today, and as we go through the event, just be mindful of how digital automatically excludes some of our communities. But I'm going to stop there and just wrap up with the final housekeeping. The toilets are just out of those doors. To Ruth as our first speaker.
Hi everyone, good to see you all, and hi everyone online. My name's Ruth Batchy, Inclusion Team in Welsh Government. We sit in the Social Justice Department, and that's because we see both inclusion issues as really important equality issues as well. And so we've very much got a people focus on digital inclusion, the impact that it has on the people that it impacts. So I'll just zoom on. So let me put my glasses on and then I'll be vaguely coherent. So as Jo's just said, digital inclusion is not optional, it is essential. And I was at a conference in London on Friday as part of the financial inclusion strategy. And they're no longer talking about digital inclusion, they're just talking about communication, of looking at it. And I think, you know, that idea of communication makes it really important, both within our organisations, with our staff and our employees, but also our interactions with our clients and customers too. Got some stats on, but I would just put, but those are what the national survey is saying. And in 2 years' time, we'll get stats from the next national survey for Wales, which will use the minimum digital living standard as a measure, feedback on what type of digital, as I'm sure, and it's just approach as opposed to a digital by default. But also it means there should be a non-digital route. So what can be done digitally. But hopefully it's kind of, because it's going to talk about the, going out for growth.